Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Media. I'm Nerdy.
And I'm Essence.
All right, folks, this week we're going to get into the little march, the little special march.
It was a big march.
Oh, it was big. I wonder why it was so big, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get into some Hollywood takedown for a quick second. I don't know how long Essence going to get into that.
Just depending on how the spirit moved me today.
Okay, and then we're going to end the show with this little Oklahoma video with the frat issue at the University of Oklahoma, and I'm gonna tell you why I never joined the flat, so we're gonna get into that. Anyway, with this march, what's up with your march?
Well, this is the 50th year. The celebration, March 7th, was the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, the original march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge when they started the march from Selma to Montgomery. So I guess too, in honor of it being 50 years, it's always going to be a bigger event. One of those landmark anniversaries where the presidents came down and gave a speech on the bridge. And, it's very emotional, all those pictures that the media is making sure we see with all those celebrities as well as people who were.
Look at them, all of them there. Look at them. They all in there, ain't they?
Oh, yeah. As well as.
Look at how Oprah, you know what? Sometimes I want to dog out Oprah, but then she take that picture. She look like she.
You just can't do it, can you?
She looks so like, I'm really doing something. I mean, and like I want to hate on her, but then Obama and his people there.
And look at, notice the people who were there who are actually on the bridge now who were beaten and left for dead 50
Now, how many
years
people
ago.
there came because Obama was there?
I'm sure quite a bit. I'm sure
a lot of them.
You see your homeboy sticking his head out right there behind the president's left shoulder.
Who?
Take a look.
I see him. You talking about Dr. Al?
Yeah, over there looking like Where's Waldo?
Like he had to be seen. Like he know when the camera gonna go on, don't he?
He was like walking out with everybody else, and he stuck his head out there.
I know. How you just gonna put your head out like that, man? Look at that. You see him?
I didn't notice it until just then. It was
Look at him. He had to be right behind the president. Where's the Secret Service? They better watch that man.
But you know what? The Secret Service had to be there because there was a lot going on that day. People, I had some friends who still live in Alabama or Mississippi and Georgia are able to make their way down there because, it's a historic event. But would you believe, I'm sure you would believe, that
of course,
just a couple of miles away from that very spot is a Confederate memorial.
Did they walk there?
No, they didn't. They had planned to.
Oh, okay.
However, various Confederates and Confederate activists decided to stake their claim.
Confederate activists?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Wow.
Don't you like the way they name themselves Confederate activists?
What they say, if they walk way down there, they was going to water hose them down.
Well, they were out there guarding it and guarding the cemetery and the Confederate memorial. And some of them say, oh, yeah, they said it was going to be peaceful, but the word march is a military term. And so if you're going to march, I'm going to arm my barricades.
Oh, there they go.
And,
always acting like they doing something for defense. Always acting like they doing something because they just defend. Oh, are they going to rape our women? Or are they going to take our kids? Man, shut the fuck up.
Man was even down there. Guess what how he decided to guard, what's his name? The man that started the Klan, Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Oh, yeah.
So they were guarding his grave. He's standing guard with it with his German Shepherd.
So
what does that?
If they want to do something, they don't have to wait till the day they were going to march. They can go get that anytime. Matter of fact, you just advertised that his grave is there. Probably wasn't even no black people even thinking about that damn grave.
But
that's how they mind work, because they know they would do some shit like that.
They would do some stuff like that.
Yeah,
exactly. But I just thought it was kind of funny how they didn't bother to call themselves white supremacists, and so you didn't hear about them in the mainstream media. But, they were Confederate activists.
Activists.
And loyalists.
Wow.
And
your people. What's up with that?
It's kind of messed up. It's like part of me is glad to see something that they actually did something. They didn't do anything for other civil rights landmark events. So part of me is glad to see that something was done. But then
did the police show up there?
Oh, I thought you was dropping a bomb on my happiness there for a minute. Go round that up and lock it down.
Did they show up?
But the other part of me just knows that it's like we're putting this nice little bow. Oh, we've come so long. These people were killed here. Now we've got a black president walking across this bridge. But the bridge is still named for a Klansman. The people who live there live in very segregated circumstances. The schools are segregated. There are few jobs. It's a very poor community. While y'all there, bringing all of this, getting all your photo opportunities, drop a dime.
I know, and you still have lack of education, lack of everything.
If you want to build a girls' school, build it there.
Not in Africa, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Why are you picking on her? Look at her. She looks so look. Oprah. Nice red coat on so she could stand out.
I'm not picking.
Like your red shirt. You knew you was wearing that today. Look, he got that red tie. Who is that brother?
I don't know. Look him up.
They got the director there. And then common sense. See, that's something I want to get into about this nonviolent movement. And I know we ain't supposed to harp on history and go way back and into people's past, or if somebody do something way back and then 20 years later they do something negative, like if they did something positive years ago, then they do something negative 20 years later, do you think they should still get credit for the positive they did, or should you look at them a certain way if they do something real heinous? What you think?
I don't think that doing something good erases the bad that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think that because you've done something bad means that you can never do anything good.
Just because you've done something bad, you can never do anything good.
No, I don't think that should be the case. I think, people should be able to turn around. I do.
Okay, so now all this nonviolence started with, Dr. King was marching and stuff. But there was a man who was behind all this, right? They called him the nonviolent scientist, right?
I don't know who.
You said, I don't know. He was the head of the SCLC. You heard of that, the Southern Christian Leadership Council. He was the director of the action. It was the man behind 2 of the 3, actually, the Washington March, the Selma Voting Rights March, and that nonviolent march. He was just the director of it, right? His name was James Bevel. And that's him right there, right? That's him now today. And then that's him with Dr. King years ago. Right? So, that was the man who was behind all this. Right? Now.
But a lot of people have never seen that picture before.
No, they never seen, this old picture.
Either one. Go ahead.
Now, in this movie Selma, you know who played him? Common played him in the movie Selma, right?
Right.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I know it shouldn't matter.
I knew you had a reason.
She trying to act like you acting like you know me. I kind of like this distance and this setup right now.
I know. I'm not. It's like I'm close enough to.
Yeah, but you feel like
talk trash. But I'm not close enough.
Because I could just. I never strike a woman. You don't. But anyway, so now this man, James Bevel, right? Let's look at his picture while he's older, right? So in 2005, guess what he gets charged with? Not only charged, found guilty. Not only found guilty, sentenced to 15 years.
And if that happened in 2005, that would mean he's still in prison unless he's out.
Wait a minute. He got 15 years, but then he only served, I'm glad you brought that up. He only served six months. Actually, 7 months. I think he served 7 months. But this man was found guilty of molesting his own daughter, incest. Now, he was found guilty. This is like remember how Bill Cosby, how I'll just throw that out there and you sitting there going like, now this is the man, you don't want.
Why you want to F up my day?
I
like
know.
That,
and I know it's, but what gets me is like when Common played this man, you don't want to bring up negativity, but why even make this movie if this is the man who orchestrated all of the non-violent movements. He was considered a non-violent scientist.
But why did he only serve 7 months? Does he have like
Alzheimer's?
Does he have Alzheimer's or something?
Well, he passed away from pancreatitis.
Okay.
Cancer, right?
Okay.
So, and may rest in peace. I'm not harping on him, but what always gets me is how come all of a sudden you find out about these leaders or famous people who have these images. Not that he had an image because he wasn't even famous, but he was low. But this is the scientist of the nonviolent movement, and I've never been down with nonviolence. I'm just being straight up with y'all.
Hey, you can do that.
Okay, I'm like how Malcolm had his gun right there, looking out his window. Damn, I wish I had that picture. Not that I'm down for violence, but I'm not gonna let you. I would have been one of them brothers they would have had to hang because I don't like no one touching me. Period.
That's true.
Anyone know me? I don't like no one touching me. I'd rather be dead than you lay your hands on me and get away with it. Nobody's ever laid their hands on me and got away with it. So, anyway.
The thing of it is, other cultures, I was watching, how I like stand-up comedy or whatever. Right. So I was watching one of the comedians, an Indian comedian, and he was talking about how his parents immigrated to America and how he endured.
There they go with that story.
He endured racism, but he was a doctor, and how the head of the surgery place was so racist and would send patients far away. But then he got sick, and so his father was going to be the better person and work on him. But he joked about his father poisoned and killed him, whether that happened or not. But that was his joke. Was like that's what he had to do.
Whose joke?
The comedian.
He joked and said who?
He joked that his father basically murdered the racist person when he had a chance to do it.
Oh.
But he made a joke.
He made it a joke because his father was his doctor or something?
Right, his father was a doctor. He's like, oh, yeah, so he came, he treated him, and he poisoned him. So
that ain't funny.
It was funny. Shoot, what's wrong with you? That was hilarious.
That is
but
not funny. What's
not funny is that he gets to joke about that, and they're but black people are supposed to be nonviolent. If you're from another country and you experience racism and somewhere on the slide you murder people or whatever, it's okay. That's doing what you had to do.
Right.
But if you black people, you're supposed to be nonviolent.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Well.
But that I don't, even though that's a horrible thing, and I do have some real strong feelings about, the information.
Who, James Bevel?
Yeah, that you just shared.
That man right there.
Yeah, some information about what you just shared.
He looks so cool. I was going to make a joke about this picture, but I don't want to disrespect King, no, Dr. King. So I should make my joke. I ain't going to do it then because I got respect.
Hey, it's like you would tell folks, if it's funny, we're going to laugh. If it's not, we're going to beat your butt.
Oh, it was going to be funny. But it was so disrespectful, so I won't even go there.
We won't.
I got respect. I was raised right.
Really?
Even though I'm going crazy because of all this racism that's going on.
You mean those wolves had manners?
Okay, exactly.
The wolves that raised you now. But
now, what was your opinion on that?
No, my opinion is that it doesn't necessarily negate the things that he did do, but what it does bring to my mind is that you shouldn't have to be perfect or an angel in order to get just basic human respect, basic human rights. Just like you shouldn't have to be extraordinarily good to overcome something that happened that's bad. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I just thought I'd bring that up because I wanted to see how the history books, whenever they talk about the civil rights movement, would they bring that up?
Of course,
even though he won on appeals though. But for your own daughter, for you to be convicted, and I don't even like a topic like that incest. But I mean, that man is the man who, as they say, if it wasn't for the nonviolent movement and civil rights movement, we wouldn't even be here right now. That's what they tell me all the time.
But see, look, what if he won on appeal?
I need to know about the man.
How do we know that people didn't look at what he did and decide, hey, let's smear the civil rights?
Him like they did Dr. King with him, all them ladies and stuff.
Right. I mean,
there to go. Bill Cosby, they all innocent.
No, I ain't saying that they're necessarily innocent. I'm just saying we don't know what the motivation is.
We don't.
And there is always a
enemies
motivation
out there. There's always
a motivation.
Yeah. What you mean? There's always a motivation about what?
Everything that happens always has a reason for it.
Oh, you think so?
Oh yeah, everything has a reason. Now the reason might be somebody stupid and make a bad decision, but it's still a reason.
That's right. I agree with you with that one.